Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, dear participants. How are you today?
Everything is okay, thank you.
Perfect. I think probably it's a little bit exhausting, yeah, because we have like such an intensive week, and especially when we have our session, yeah, on so today is not Saturday, already Sunday, yeah. So the weekend is very productive. I hope so. It's big pleasure for us to see you again. Yeah. So, and I think that we will have today a very interesting and productive session. Yeah. So we decided as a project team to split it into two parts. So we will start with the first part. You will get to know what the design thinking methodology is. Yeah. And the second part, we will talk about the structure of our final presentation. I will introduce to you what exactly the pitch deck is. Yeah, and today we will start productive teamwork, and we will start with your preparation for tomorrow's final presentation. Mhm. I see that some some students are still joining us. Probably we will just wait for 1 minute, and I think that then we can jump into the design thinking. Perfect. How was your yesterday session? Did you have cross-cultural communication?
Yes, it was very interactive and interesting.
Perfect. That's nice. Very good. Okay, so should we start?
I
Perfect.
think we can. So hello everyone. We are so happy to see you today, and we know that today is a day off, and it's some kind of heroic, I don't know, action from you to be here with us. But I hope, and I for sure you won't regret for the time spending with us. So today we're going to talk about the methodology that will help you to create the effective presentations tomorrow. And I think it will help you in general in life to create an effective ideas which will target at the audience and will be very successful business ideas. So today we're going to talk about design thinking. So our plan for today will be, so the first one, introduction. So my name is Polina, I'm from Karazi National University, etc., etc. You know that. I like everything which I involved. I like teaching, and of course, I like something new. And today I'm going to present some new information and maybe some new tool for your presentation. So we will have a little bit meeting warm up, a very easy one, just to relax and to feel comfortable at our meeting today. Then we're going to talk about a little bit about the design thinking theory, because we can't move on without knowing some aspects of this process. And of course, we're going to talk about the ideation. And in order to inspire you, I will present some sustainability cases popular in Europe. And then you're going to use some brainstorming in digital instrument in order to present your group work and in order to present the pre-ideas of your future presentation. So we are desperately waiting for tomorrow in order to feel that we have done a very good thing. So first of all, let's warm up a little bit. So it is very easy one. You know the instrument very well. We will use Mentimeter in order to visualize our feeling to sustainability to this problem. And I propose you to write, to tape one word that describe what is sustainability. You can use QR code, you can use the answering code, and I think I will send you some link in our in our chat in order you can join the Mentimeter easily. So can you do that right now? And we will see what sustainability is for our group, for our summer school. And I think I will make some print screen and it will inspire our future projects. Have you managed to enter the Mentimeter? Okay. So 1 minute for warming up. And you're welcome to type as well. There's different thoughts about the sustainability. They are not surprising me, but so I think I just ready to show you our cloud of sustainable development, of sustainability as we see it after all the discussions about the sustainability. Okay, so are you ready to see what we've done? So this is our cloud of sustainability. So the bigger word is the more times you take it. So it is a balance for us. It is development, cooperation, presentation, future. Sustainability is future for sure. Harmony, globalization, respect. So do you agree with all the words you see at the cloud of sustainability? So what do you think? Is it correct cloud future vision of sustainability or not? Daniel, what do you think? So the main point, the core point of this word is balance.
Yes.
Yeah. So the balance is the main point of sustainable development. And you know, this is the balance between ecology, social and economic components. So I agree completely with the picture which I've seen now. So I make a screen and I send it to our group in order to inspire our future projects. Okay, let's move on with our design thinking. Have you heard about design thinking earlier? Maybe you use such an instrument in your work, in your school, in your university years. Have you heard about design thinking? No. So it's not about the design of the interior. It's not about the building at all. So design thinking, it is some kind of mindset. It is some kind of, I don't know, method of solving or a way of solving problems by focusing on needs and wants of the people. So it is human-centered and creative problem-solving approach. So design thinking, it is some kind of different form of other innovation methods of ideation because it is some kind of solving based, not a problem based. So it is concentrating on how to solve the problem, not at the problem itself. So this is the main point which you should understand about the design thinking. The second part of it, it is the essence of design thinking. First of all, the essence, and I'm very proud of that because I'm the specialist of service standards, and I'm proud to present this methodology. Of course, it is human-centric and user-specific. What does this mean? How can you explain this? This method of thinking ideation is human-centric. Who is the main part of the process? Or what is the main part of the process? What do you think?
Human.
Yeah, human, of course, people. When we find the idea for our project, we concentrate on the fact who will use their product, who will, what will our products solve in the life of our person. So the person is the main part of the system. So the person is behind the problem, the solution, and requires asking questions. So this is the main point of design thinking. It is very fancy methodology. I think if you Google, you will find different webinars, different workshops on the way how to use design thinking in nowadays lives, because the client, the person is the main is the main core value of the system at all. I'm sorry, something is going. Have you seen? So, do you see? Yeah. Okay, everything is okay. So the process of design thinking, it includes, as usual, 5 steps or 5 elements. So you can see it on the slide. So the first one, emphasize, then the define, ideate, and prototype and test. So we are not going to look through all of the steps. We are going to concentrate on the first 3 of them. So emphasize, define, and ideate, of course, because it is more important for us now. And the last ones we're going to see tomorrow. How can you cope with these 2 steps? So the first one is emphasize. Do you know what does it mean to be to have empathy for the people, for the person? What do you mean by that word? How do you feel? What is this?
Understand their problem and try to solve them.
Okay, understand the problem and try to solve them. What else?
Understand feelings.
Understand feelings, yeah. This is about the empathy. Katerina Krutko, maybe you can add something.
I was thinking about the same thing, so I think guys describe it perfectly.
So this is the main part of the design thinking, and we can't begin without the deeper understanding of the people we are designing for. So we are creating the idea for. I just found a very good quotation that will describe this phase. The empathy is seeing with the eyes of another, listening with the ears of another, and feeling with the heart of another. So this is the main task of this step. We should understand what people desiring, what they need, what they want, what feelings do they have, what thoughts do they have. So, and then we can understand what we can offer to make their lives more easier for them, or more to make these people more happier in order to create the appropriate idea, the concentric idea for them. So it involves putting ourselves in the shoes of our customers. So it is in a simple way to describe this this step. Empathy is not about just understanding what users say, but also comprehending their unspoken emotions, for example, frustrations and aspirations. So putting ourselves in the shoes of others, it is not an easy task, I must say, because we know that people are complicated. They have so much thought, they have so much feelings. So it's not very easy to do this task. So I propose you to use such kind of methods as you can see at the slide. For example, you can use interviews or observations. It is the easiest way to understand the thoughts and feelings of our future customers. You can make it easier with the surveys, with some questionnaires, using social medias, etc., etc. So it's the easiest way. You can use empathy maps, and in the internet there are lots of empathy maps templates. So it is about what people say, what people think, what people do, what fears do they have. So, and you can do it at the templates. You can use the instrument which Anne gave you last time. It is user persona. It is some kind of detailed profile which you have presented last time for us, and it was marvelous. You can use journey map. It is very popular instrument in the, for example, customer experience sphere. It is some kind of journey which you find some touch points with the future customers, and you try to understand the emotions, highs and lows of the customers in this way. You can use, for example, shadowing is the most, I think, difficult way of understanding your future customer. It is some kind of spending time with the users, following their daily routines. I think it is some kind of strange things, but it is very effective to have a first hand insights in the user's experience. You can also use digital analytics instruments when you design the digital products or services. You can use available in open data on a website, users, partners, etc., etc. So you've got these instruments, and you can use it in order to understand your future customer, your future customer segment in the best way. So you have one, or you already have one. It is the persona, user persona. It is very good instrument to understand, deeply understand the customer need. So the next step of our design thinking is to define. So it is very interesting quotation, and I want you to think about that. So if you had an hour to solve a problem, and your life will depend on the solution, for example, I would spend the first 55 minutes determine the proper question to ask, and then when I do that properly, I will solve the problem in 5 minutes. So it is about the defining the problem, and the stage, we can also call it the problem defining stage. So after we've completed the empathy step, it is the necessary step, the obligatory step, and gain some results, understanding of our users think, feels, and wants, we can begin to translate this information, these insights, in some statement, the problem statement, or the point of view of our users. You should you should formulate the problem on the base of the research which you have held on the previous step. So you should deeply analyze everything you've got from the customers, and then you should formulate the problem. You should articulate, you should some kind of write it properly, and it will be the bedrock upon which the rest of the journey will build. So you can use different techniques, for example, to understand what is the real problem in society, in your customer segment. You can use, for example, the 4 W's technique. When you discuss the information within your team groups, you can use questions, for example, who, what, where, and why. Who is impacted by the issue? What is the problem? What are the obstacles users are facing? Where will be the usage of the product? Are there some special problems coming with that? Why is it important for people? So this is the technique for with. You can also use the technique of 5 whys. So it is some kind of question technique, but with the only with the one question why. This technique will help you to drive down on a problem and to connect some roots between the answers. Of course, for example, and are you happy now? Why are you happy now?
Because we have such an interesting session today.
Why do you think that this session is very interesting? So this is the example of how to use these techniques. So, and you drive deeper in the problem and you understand your customer better. Or when you discuss with your teammates, you understand the reason of problem and you can formulate the problem in the right way. So let's go to the final for today, a theoretical basis. It is the ideation. So it is the most creative part. So by the way, raise your hands who thinks that you are a creative person. Raise your hands, please. Who are a creative person? Yeah, only, oh, I see Lisa, yeah. Dani, almost all of our participants are creative persons. So you are the correct place now, and I'm very happy to inspire with your feelings. So I shared. So the process of ideation, you can see the main points of this. So it consists of several parts which you will follow when you will discuss it in your groups. The first one is, of course, generating ideas. So you can do it via brainstorming techniques or mind mapping session. So the focus here is on producing as many ideas as possible without assessing them. So this is the main point, and we will talk about the brainstorming in this framework. So the next one is developing ideas through the expansion or refinement of some concepts and the combination of others. So communicating ideas through different instruments, for example, through scriptures, through presentations, or through other digital instruments. It will help you to understand whether it is worth to develop in future. Then identify the ideas with the most potential. So you will have different ideas and you should understand the most potential of them. And the last one, the last step will be selecting the chosen idea, or it can be more than one ideas to be developed further or bring about the real change and tangible outcomes. So this is the main point of ideation. You can use, of course, different techniques, but the main popular technique, and I know that not everyone can use it properly. That's why I decided to talk about the brainstorming today. So this is the main popular technique of changing the ideas or of inspiring from each other. So, but in order to be successful in this technique, you should remember the rules. And you can see the rules. So no free judgment zone. So you should take into account any idea that you voiced or you write down. So encourage wild ideas. Sometimes the most wild idea is the most successful one. And we have in our life different examples of that rule. Build on the ideas of others. So use and, not but. So to be coherent in your discussion. Stay focused on the topic. So our topic is sustainability. That means that you should generate ideas according to this topic, and it will be very effective for you. So one conversation at a time. So do not go to the other corridors of discussion, but stay to the topic of sustainability. Be visual. Use different instruments, digital instruments, color, pencils, stickers, etc., etc. It will help to create the necessary idea for you. So go for quantity. Take into account as many ideas as possible. So you can generate 100 ideas and it will be okay for this part of the process. So, and of course, my personal recommendations on think out of the box. So it is about the wildness of ideas. Think out of the box and it will help you to be successful in your life. Now I would like you to, so this is the end of the theory. So I hope that everything is okay, is clear, is simple, is easy for you. And now I would like you to relax a little bit and to inspire yourself with the examples of how people can integrate the sustainable ideas into the practice. And now we are going to inspire the cases of Europe, just for inspiration. And I would like to tell you that our dreams may seem impossible, but our own creativity can turn them into the reality. So everything is about your creativity and your wish to change the world. And I hope that after today's session, you will exactly know what you want to do. So let's see the video. So I just resharing my screen. Okay. So let's go.
Perfect.
Sustainability Pioneers in Europe, Top 5. The events of the past years have put many things in perspective and have served to highlight the urgency of the climate crisis. Sustainable startups are attracting increased interest from ethically motivated consumers as the world looks towards a greener post-pandemic future. The pandemic has prompted us to reconsider many aspects of our lives, from our working habits to how and where we spend our money. It has also served to heighten our awareness of environmental issues as we begin to think of the world we would like to see post-pandemic. According to a survey by management consultant company Accenture, 60% of consumers say they have started making more environmentally friendly, sustainable, or ethical purchases since the onset of the pandemic in 2020. In the business world too, sustainability has become a top priority over the course of the past year, with major firms such as Unilever and Google announcing significant green pledges over the course of 2022. Even amid the COVID-19 crunch, venture capital firms have been pouring money into sustainable, purpose-driven startups, suggesting that eco-friendly products and services may well be a key area of growth in the post-pandemic world. With that in mind, let's take a look at 5 of Europe's top sustainability pioneers. At number 5, we find Meatless Farm, based in the UK. After years of unstoppable rise, 2020 was the year that plant-based foods well and truly hit the mainstream. In the UK, sales of plant-based foods hit £1 billion for the first time, with market research company Kantar finding that 13 million consumers had bought meat-free substitutes and dairy-free milk. Fully vegan companies such as Meatless Farm have seen their sales soar as demand for plant-based products grows. The British firm is on track to record more than £50 million, which they reached in 2021, with founder Morton Toft Beach setting his sights on an eventual $1 billion valuation. If achieved, this will make the Meatless Farm a rare unicorn company. After a veganary sales bump, which saw the company's global sales rise by 92% compared with the same month in 2020 through 2021, 2022 is already shaping up to be a monumentous year for the Meatless Farm. At number 4, we find Rand Marine Technology, based in the Netherlands. An unexpected side effect of the COVID-19 pandemic has been the unfortunate increase in marine litter pollution. Plastic gloves, single-use masks, and other forms of PPE have been washing up on beaches across the globe, with this increase in plastic waste threatening the health of marine life the world over. Dutch drone technology firm Rand Marine is the company behind the innovative Waste Shark, a product designed to clear plastic and other waste from all manner of waterways. The device has a 10-hour swim time and is able to clear 50 kilograms of debris from the water each day, with users able to control the device remotely and monitor its progress in real time. The firm secured a Series A investment in 2020, allowing it to scale up its operations. At number 3, we find Cellugy, based in Denmark. Plastic pollution is an area that has come into sharp focus over the course of the past years, with discarded single-use masks becoming an all-too-common sight since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. Based in Aarhus, Denmark, Cellugy is a pioneering biotech startup that is committed to helping to bring an end to plastic pollution through the creation of alternative forms of packaging. Its innovative product, called EcoFlexi, is a durable material designed for use in the packaging industry. Made from recycled food waste, the product is all natural, fully recyclable, and biodegradable. In a recent seed round, the company raised €2.38 million from the European Innovator Council Accelerator, which will allow it to scale up production of its EcoFlexi product. At number 2, we find EO Charging, based in the UK. With many of the world's workers giving up the daily commute in order to work from home in 2020 and 2021, the pandemic has encouraged a reassessment of our transport usage. While global car sales fell by around a fifth during the pandemic, sales of electric vehicles rose by a remarkable 43%, showing an increased appetite for eco-friendly cars. As the demand for electric vehicles grows, the need for increased EV charging infrastructure is becoming ever more apparent. Based in the UK, EO Charging is one of Europe's leading manufacturers of electric vehicle charging ports, having sold more than 30,000 charging points in over 30 countries in the 5 years since its launch. Working with high-profile partners such as Uber, Sainsbury's, and Okado to facilitate a transition to EV, EO Charging was recently named among the Financial Times' fastest-growing companies in Europe. At number 1 on the Sustainability Pioneers in Europe Top 5, we find Oatly, Sweden. The non-dairy milk market has been booming in recent years and is predicted to reach revenues of over $38 billion by 2024. This is good news indeed for Swedish oat milk manufacturer Oatly, which has seen its sales soar as ethically driven consumers seek alternatives to traditional dairy products. Founded in the 1990s, the company states its aim as to make it easy for people to turn what they eat and drink into moments of healthy joy without recklessly taxing the planet's resources in the process. Boasting partnerships with major retailers such as Starbucks, the company is undoubtedly one of the most prominent names in the plant-based industry and is now said to be seeking a valuation of close to $10 billion as it prepares to go public on the US stock exchange. If you enjoyed this video, hit those like and follow buttons and get access to more business and finance top 5 videos.
So what idea do you like the most? So this is the top 5 of your sustainability cases.
Denmark's and Britain's, for me, was more interesting.
So you can see the leaders of sustainable development. So Sweden, Britain, Great Britain, etc. So this is the tendency. This is the trend. So now we are going to work in groups, and I would like to present you one of the digital tools for brainstorming and assessing your ideas. It is called TraceCider. So I would like you, and I propose you to type it in Google and to open the page of TraceCider. So I will do the same thing, and I will show how to work with this instrument. It will be easier for you to discuss and to evaluate the ideas with this instrument, with this digital instrument. Okay, so now I'm here and I can show you how it will be. So you will work within your groups. The first task will be to correct your user persona according to the empathy stage. So maybe you add something to your user persona profile. Then you should define the problem. So the next step, you should define the problem, and this problem you can type into the TraceCider window. Okay, I will show you. Okay. Yeah. So have you managed to open? So this is TraceCider. This is the window in which you will type your problem. So when you define your problem, you will type it. For example, sad students. Yeah, sad students. And as I remember that the problem of the job opportunities for the graduates. Yes, Daniel. So sad students. So this is our problem. So you will articulate it more correctly. So it just, for example, go. And you will see the opportunities to add ideas. So the task is to generate as more ideas as possible. So you print the idea and it will show at the list. You can vote, then you can vote for your ideas. You can share their comments at the ideas of your group mates. So you can see that. And then after 10 minutes, you can show us the discussion of your ideas and the winner of the group work. Do you understand the task? It is easy digital instrument, but it is widely used to vote for the ideas. So when you generate them very actively. So the first task, to correct your user persona according to the emphasis stage, then to define, to articulate the problem, and to write it to the trace ID instrument, and then to generate as more ideas how to correct the problem, how to solve the problem. And you should ask the question for yourself, how might we help to make the students happier, for example? Yeah, do you understand how it works? So let's start, and please help me with the group.
Yes, of course. Guys, I have already created so the 3 breakout rooms. So you can join your teams via our first split, which we did on our first session. I think that we have today only 3 groups. Yeah, so according to our general number of participants. Just 1 second, I will open it. Yes, so now you can choose your team. Mm-hmm. Dear ladies, do you need help? Katerina, Irina. Okay. Hmm?
Hello, sorry. Can you create one more room because like we were the fourth
Okay, perfect.
team and like
Do you, Irina, do you have your team members for today's session?
yes, it was Lisa and Katya, and
Mhm.
I don't know
I
where
think
them.
that the girls are in room number 1. I see them.
Ah, okay. I will
You can
join.
join
Thank
then
you.
room number 1. Yeah.
They'll join us right
Okay.
now.
Yeah, people are joining us. Mhm.
Was it easy to use the digital tool of trace ID too? Yeah, so it is very good, easy to use, and I think it is effective to discuss there lots of ideas that I think you've managed to generate. Okay, hello everyone, hi. So we can start with the presenting of your brainstorming process. Who wants to be the first in this?
We can.
Okay, you're welcome. So what problem are we going to solve?
Job shortage for students. Wait. We
Okay.
had a lot of ideas, as you can see.
Oh, wow.
And then we voted, and the best two was mandatory internship at the enterprise and web portal site, as we said the previous hour session. But we think that we had good ideas also, so we can add it to our final work.
Okay, great. What was the wildest idea?
I think that all ideas are good.
Wild.
We're a little bit wild.
Yeah. Okay, so oh yeah, you generated so many ideas. Yeah, good for you. So thank you very much for it is really a problem for students, and I hope that your presentation will help to solve this problem, and we can find the needed resources to implement the idea. Thank you very much. So there, who will be the second? Girls?
We have our Iron Ladies. Yeah.
Yeah. Where is Iron Ladies?
Oh, we have.
Yes, we have our exercise done, but I don't know how to share the site. One moment, maybe I will try.
Okay, yeah. We can see.
Yeah, sure. So we choose the problem of lack of public awareness about development sustainability. So we had a lot of proposals about how to solve this problem, but like the main that we choose is that partnership between government, NGOs and business, and also public awareness campaigns. We think that it's one of the best tools how to involve public and society into the knowledge of the how to develop the sustainability. So I think we will work on it.
Thank you very much for your thoughts. Really, it is the problem that we have lack of public awareness. It is some kind of fancy trend just to talk about sustainability, not to understand the core of the problem. So, and I hope that your presentation will help to build the mindset of the people and to start with yourself when we are talking about sustainable development cases. So thank you very much for your ideas.
Thank
Okay,
you.
and the last group, but not the least, of course.
Yes, I want to present my ideas for solutions to problems related to our idea about eco-plant clothes. But I can share the screen because I did this on the phone. So I sent a screenshot in the chat, in the Zoom chat.
Okay. So, and the winner is the what idea?
Yes, so the first idea, it is create educational companies. So it means that we want to inform consumers about the benefits of plant-based clothing through social media, for example. Another idea, expand the assortment, so we can offer more models and styles to meet different tastes. And my last idea is to create easy exchange and return, provide easy exchange to reduce purchase anxiety, to make like online shopping.
Great. So this is, I think this is the wild idea to make plant clothes, but
Yes.
it seems that it is very successful one. I've heard that some people create their common platform where consumers can take part in the modeling, in the designing of the clothes, but it was not about the plant clothes, but you can do the same thing. So maybe I would like to design my hat or my dress. And we can collaborate very effectively in this way. Thank you very much for
Yes,
this
it's
wild
represent.
but really unique idea. Thank you very much. for your presentation. So, and you are so great. You are so creative. Thank you for being such an I don't know, such creative, such a patient students, and who are thinking about the future of the planet, not only about the today problems. And I would like to know, as an empathetic person, what do you feel right now after our conversation? Please give me some sign, give me some emoji. What do you feel now? Sad, happy, boring, or what? So I feel love for everything. Oh my God, Daniel, thank you very much. Anastasia, so Anita, Irene. Oh, thank you very much for that. I feel the same, and I share all the good emotions. And I think I will really miss our meeting. So you can find my profile in any social media, and I willingly help you in any case I can. Thank you very much for today, and I give the floor to my colleague Anne.
Thank you very much. It was really cool. So I also would like to add, as I work with different startups, yeah, especially student startup, that this design thinking methodology is super nice strategic tool, yeah, especially when we want to think about some future perspectives of our business ideas, yeah, because it's a kind of very interesting tool, but it is based on our mindset, yeah. So more, and especially in Europe, it's a really kindly tool, yeah, because it's more about personal communication, about more personal perspectives. And I really like the spirit which Paulina introduced today, yeah, so like thinking outside the box. It's very important issue for future entrepreneurs, yeah. It doesn't only mean if you want to establish your idea, but it's like about entrepreneurial spirit, yeah, about some motivation. And if you want like to change the world, to show your courage, to show your spirit, or to show your intention, what are you going to do in the future? Perfect. Thank you very much. Dear participants, and I would like to present you today, as tomorrow we have our final presentations. Today we will talk just also briefly about pitch deck. So what does the pitch deck mean? And especially we will talk about the structure which you are supposed to use for tomorrow. I will show my presentation right now with you. Just 1 second. So again, next attempt. Yeah, I hope that now you can see my screen. Yeah, and we go to the pitch deck. I have a feeling that most of you have already heard before. What does exactly this term pitch deck mean? Yeah, so basically it's an entrepreneurial presentation which is supposed to be introduced on a stage. Yeah. And this entrepreneurial presentation is a very important and key factor when we want to show it to our potential investors. Yeah, it's very important. So if we talk about the general structure of the pitch deck, normally the general pitch deck includes like about 10 or 12 slides. And here you can see the whole structure of this like full pitch deck, I would say. But as we had a kind of sneak peek, I would say, within our international summer school, so for tomorrow, we will make our pitch deck a little bit shorter. Yeah, we will not talk about some financial parts. We will not talk about competition or investments. So basically, we are mostly focused on the first several parts of our pitch deck. Yeah, so this is our normal introduction, as you can see it on my slide. Yeah, so tell people who you are and why you are here. So then we will talk about the real problem. Yeah, and I think that with this issue, it was a very good task which we did on Friday when we created our user persona, yeah, because we try to identify the real needs, the real problems of our potential customers. So this is what is supposed to be presented on this slide. So when we talk about problems, and then it's like very logical, yeah, like a consequence when we introduce our problem, then we talk about a direct solution. So what do we exactly offer, and what kind of solution can we offer for our user persona? Yeah, so here within the solution, you should be very clear. So like to introduce your clear mindset, what exactly or what kind of solution do you have? And I always recommend to highlight like the point why your solution, for example, is very innovative or very unique. Because when it seems familiar for some investors who are thinking about if they want to invest the money in your real business project or in your business idea, they have already heard thousand like different pitches, yeah, on different stages, on different levels. But every time when the team is supposed to highlight the uniqueness or the innovation of your solution, it's a very good and successful point, I would say, also from my personal experience. If we talk about general structure of the pitch, normally after the solution, teams or companies introduce the market, yeah, so the potential market. And if there is, for example, not a very kind of new or innovative idea, probably there was something similar before, which was created like 5, 10, 20 years ago. Normally, companies within this slide introduce a market, so the size of this market, and they highlight the potential opportunities for their business idea or for the project which they are supposed to launch in the near future. But this fourth slide, yeah, market size opportunity, we will just skip it. It's not our must-have for tomorrow's final presentation, but it's like just for your general understanding that probably like next 5, 10 years, you will launch a very big and nice sustainable project. And of course, you can add some analyses talking about your competitors, talking about the potential market and its size, yeah? So the next slide is about product. Here we normally show off the actual product or our service, which our company or our business is selling or is going to sell. Yeah. Here is very important to have a kind of bright description. So why I say bright? Because if we talk about some general things, yeah, once again, yeah, so our prior audience to whom we normally introduce our pitch deck. So these are a group of people who are interested in investments. And as normally investors are very qualified, yeah, highly qualified professionals, and they have already been almost all around the world, yeah. They have already seen different business ideas. So it's always good to have like a kind of very unique point, which is you are going to present or your team members are going to present. After you introduced your product or your service and with a detailed description of them, we go to traction. So what does the word traction exactly mean, and what is supposed to be introduced within this slide? For example, for our tomorrow's presentation. Traction is a main focus on potential future growth, yeah? So basically within this slide, we can talk or we can introduce some major goals and probably some middle and prominent steps or some major steps of your potential business idea, yeah? So we are not only talking about the present time when we, for example, have already launched our idea or when we are on the stage when we are supposed to launch this idea. We also would like to highlight the future, yeah, of it, so of our sustainable project. After we talked about the traction, of course, we go to a kind of closing part in our final pitch. It's the presentation of team, yeah? Who are the creators? Who are of these heroes who are standing behind the scene, yeah? So normally how it is supposed to be as a team introduction. There is just one slide. I will show you just a little bit later. Very important is to include your team photos, yeah, because sometimes it happens that, for example, not all team members can be presented during the pitch. But it's very important to say at least a couple of words that we have, for example, I don't know, Daniel, yeah, so Daniel is an IT, how to say it, like more
Genius.
interesting, yeah. IT genius, yeah, oder IT like professionalist, yeah, so something like this in this way. So that's very important issue to talk about the whole team and about all team members. That's it basically. And now I would like to introduce you, yeah, once again. So when do we normally, with what issue we normally start with? So yeah, we start with the problem. So this is the structure. How is your final pitch deck is supposed to look like tomorrow? Yeah. So we start with a real problem and we also highlight some pains. Yeah. So this is basically what we did without the user persona creation. So here just you can list 3, 5, 10 problems, but I recommend not to make like a really big list, but concentrate yourself on the most important problems, yeah, or on the most like painful things. So the next step, the next slide will be the utopia. Have you ever heard this term utopia in the business context or in the startup world, probably? No? Any ideas? Okay, I will briefly explain it to you. What does this word in the business world or especially in the startup context mean? So the utopia, it's basically the ideal future of your startup idea. Yeah. So this is how your startup aims to create something. So, and I have already included some information. For example, here it is a very good way to list the ways your company, your team proposes to solve this problem. Yeah. And for example, if we talk about some possible solutions, so according to our problem, then we can move to the next step, why we, for example, have already chosen them, yeah, and why they are very meaningful, yeah, for us. So this is what is you are going to talk about tomorrow. You will get from me this presentation today, so no worries in case, yeah, so you will follow the whole structure and you will be able to prepare your final pitch for tomorrow. The next slide, yeah, what we have already talked about. So this is a detailed description of your product and service. What are we going as a project team evaluate tomorrow within your pitch? Here we would like also to hear or to see from you the value proposition of your product or of your idea, yeah, because it's very important. It's also about this innovation, about the uniqueness. And normally the effective value proposition when your team did, for example, a very good presentation and you talked about value proposition, 95% it's a key and deciding factor in the success of your pitch deck. This is also a very high and important factor to the investors, yeah, because they normally evaluate, they want to see or to hear about your value proposition. If we go further, yeah, so this is our traction or the other synonym to this word is a timing. Yeah, so here we are supposed to explain why now the correct and appropriate time is, yeah, and why it is a suitable time for our product or service to shine. Yeah, so here we talk about some innovative aspects about the uniqueness of our product. And you can see also some probably hopefully helpful questions which I included in this slide. For example, why is this the perfect moment for your product or service to succeed? And the second question, you are supposed to answer the following scene. If this idea is so good and why it hasn't been done before. Yeah. So that's about the traction scenes. Yeah, so after we introduced our timing, yeah, we talk about our user persona. So we are answering the following questions. Who are the customers or the potential customers you want to cater to or you want to reach to? Yeah, so what kind of profiles do they have? So what are their needs? What are their pains? Yeah, so this is your deep analysis of user persona. So, and you make like a full description of them or of your one user persona. Yeah, so if you have just one person, for example, and you make it with a help of some different visualizations. Yeah, so you are supposed to visualize the people who will turn to you for solutions. That's it. So this is our kind of final slide, introduction of our team. So here there is supposed to be probably no text at all. So because you can speak out a little bit, yeah, and introduce your team, your team members. And probably what I have already heard, there were some really creative pitches in my experience that, for example, each of the team members prepared a short quote. Yeah. For example, like, my name is Olivia. So I have already did this, yeah, for our startup. And then like there was a quote, for example, I see myself as a sustainable hero who is pretending, for example, to cover or to help people with some technical solutions, something like this. So it's a little bit creative part, but it sounds really cool and interesting, especially if you want to make like a kind of highlight version, yeah, because this is the last slide, yeah, of your pitch deck, and it is something which is supposed to be very impressive to your audience or to people who are listening to you. And one more important thing. So this is the information which is supposed to be included within the full professional pitch decks. It's not like a must-have for tomorrow, but I think it is very important thing, especially if you present your pitch to investors. These are your contacts, yeah? So if your company or if your team has already launched a website, even if it's like one-page website, landing basically, yeah? So please don't be shy to include it. At least people will be able to see your prototype, yeah? Contact information like phones or email addresses, yeah? And for companies, of course, it's more relevant if they include their address. So then investors know where to find them. Yeah. So guys, that's it from my side. And it will be our short version for tomorrow. Yeah. So these are the main slides which you are going to present tomorrow within your final sustainable business ideas. Yeah. Do you have any questions related to the pitch deck structure or pitch deck presentation? Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah,
As I
please.
understand, we should prepare 3 problems and then 3 solutions for that 3 problems, or we just list some of the problems and then choose one of them and like solve that one.
It depends on what is your final business idea look like, yeah? So should be look like. For example, if you see that within your final business idea, you have 3 or 5 problems, then of course for each problem there's supposed to be a solution, yeah? But it can be for tomorrow like this, that you pick up just one main problem, yeah, for your user persona, and then you present just one solution.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it is very important to define stage, and we were talking about that. So to articulate the main problem.
Yes, that's it. So that's why I will kindly ask you, yeah, so why I highlighted it last time when we worked with our user persona, yeah, because when you work with this model of the value proposition, then you will be able to see it more in details. Yeah, what are these pain reliefs? So, or what are the needs which your user persona would like to have, like right now or in the near future? So, if you think that probably your future idea has for current moment, yeah, or for present moment, just only one problem, but it's probably like a global problem, something like this, then you will be ready to present like one main solution for it. Or if you have 2 solutions, it's also perfect. For example, on the one side, it can be like a product, and on the other side, it might be a service, yeah? So it might be like a very nice mix. So that's it.
Yeah, and it will be great if one solution can solve 2 or 3 problems.
Exactly.
It is the ideal utopia.
Yeah. Dear participants, as we have a little bit time, I suggest you right now to split up in groups, yeah, and you will be able to have at least first step for today, yeah, to discuss your final presentation within the structure, yeah, so within the pitch deck structure, yeah. And tomorrow you will be able to present them, but I think that tomorrow we will also have an extra hour. So we will probably start at 2 p.m. as always. And then the first 40 minutes, 45 minutes, we will have in order to finalize our details. Yeah. So in case for tomorrow you have any questions or something which is not clear for you for today, then we can also discuss it tomorrow. And then probably from 3 till 4 p.m., you are going to present your final ideas.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think it will be very useful to organize the group in Messenger with your group mates. Maybe you've done it already. So yeah, okay. Yeah, creative. I remember that.
Professionals. Perfect. Okay, then we go to our groups, yeah, again. And I think for this pitch deck preparation or the first discussion, you will have like about 10 minutes, okay? And I will, I'm so sorry, and I will send the structure of pitch right now in our Telegram channel. Just 1 second.